together with Earle Sports Bets. Yeah, the twins, they be checking in. Stacking up, green is the scene that you're stepping in. Winning is a trend, and we stay making dollars. Nerd talk with the sports bet scholars. Yeah, it's R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies. R.I.P. to the bookies.
We are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. My name is Nicholas Earle. I'm joined here as always by my brother Tim, and today we have the NBA. That's it. And we'll have the NBA for the next few days. Hockey, we'll have the Four Nations face-off that starts on the 12th. So we have a couple days without hockey. We have 13 more days without NHL hockey. Yeah, obviously the Four Nations, but so it's going to be basically college basketball and NBA until then. And for me,
NBA, we only have 3 days left of.
Yeah, which for me, that means I'm going to dive deep into some baseball prep. I've already completed the AL East. I'm ready for the AL East show. I got all my notes, all my stuff typed up for it on things along those lines. I've started working on the Cleveland Guardians. So I'm on to the Central now. And I'm going to continue my prep for all 30 teams for the shows, which I want to figure out when we're going to do the first show for futures. Kind of want to do it this week sometime. So stay tuned. We will be starting with the American League East for that. But with that being said, a recap of yesterday, and why am I not surprised that probably one of the worst entertainment-wise NFL seasons ends with a complete blowout and a non-entertaining Super Bowl? Like, why am I surprised? Like, this was arguably the worst season of the NFL, and the product sucks, and they brought the shitty product into a shitty Super Bowl where it was 24-0 at halftime. It was 34-0 before the Chiefs even put points up on the board. And it was very frustrating. And then the Chiefs wanted to try at the end of the game and put up 22 points in the fourth quarter. Give me a break. Or 16 points because they put 6 up late in the third quarter. So Casey, loser, under, loser. And then Jalen Hurts barely squeaks over his passing yards. I had under 213.5. He had 221. He got it by 7 yards. So that was frustrating. Or 8 yards. That was frustrating to see. So a complete clean reverse sweep. The Super Bowl is the only thing I bet yesterday. I have not bet a single thing so far today in the NBA. I will be adding stuff throughout the show. But yesterday, probably just about the worst result we could have had for that game.
I agree. I will say you already tagged on that. The only thing that went well in the Super Bowl, Nick, was the coin toss. I had tails. Other than that, everything else was shitty in the Super Bowl. So, yeah, not fun. We had one other play on the site that was not NFL. It was the over in the Temple-Memphis game, and it got there. So it wasn't a complete reverse sweep on the site. But, man, I'm just happy to say good riddance to the NFL.
Yeah.
College baseball starts up on Friday. MLB starts up soon. College basketball is in full swing. I'm done with football until next. What is it? End of August. We get college football. That's the next time I really care about football. I don't know. I'm not doing anything with the USFL or SFL, whatever it was. But
go Renegades! Please start Holt Nailers. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I know. But no, I'm happy football's done. It was a shitty NFL year. So ready to just move on, and we got some college basketball today, and we got some NBA. So lots of basketball.
Yep. Head to the chat, and then we'll get into today's card.
Bring on baseball. Let's go Mets. Yes, baseball. Way better than football. Hey, Twins, thoughts on Grambling State today? Let's see. What did we have for Grambling?
Action.
I like the small games. Slight lean towards them. But I'll say we have 3 sides and 1 total today. And all of them, all the sides are favorites. So kind of gross there. We probably could have added a fourth side because one of them is 3.99 points of value. But I end up taking a total in that game anyway. So Nicholas Handy, what's up? What's up? All right, Nick, saying that we're done with the NHL card for today, let's go ahead and jump into the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, we would be doing the NHL card, the NHL second, anyways. And let me get up my what do you call it? My line history, my cash flow, and things along those lines. So we can start it off with the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Minnesota Timberwolves. We have the Cavaliers 9-point favorites, total of 229 in this game. Let's take a look at the line history in this one here, where wrong one. There we go. This line opened up at an 8, it's now a 9.5. So we do have a move towards the Cavaliers in this game. Line opened up 227.5. It's now 229.5 for this one. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this game here, where we have the Cavaliers getting 34% of the tickets and 59% of the cash. So sharp money coming in on the Cavaliers. The line's moving towards said Cavaliers. 95% of tickets, 93% of the cash is on the over, with the line moving towards the over here as well. So sharp money coming in on Cleveland makes them kind of appealing in this spot. Cleveland coming in off of a win against the Washington Wizards. So hard fought, very good, very strong win there for them in that game.
It was actually a lot closer of a game than you think.
I know. I was just being funny because it was the Washington Wizards. Minnesota's, they're coming in off on 3 straight wins. They won against Portland, something that not many teams can say they've done lately, is a win against the Portland Trail Blazers. They're coming on 3 straight wins, so they're coming in feeling good. However, all those wins were at home. And now they have to hit the road against Cleveland, who is 24-4 at home. They don't really have too much of a look-at spot. They have one more game before the break, and that is on the 12th. They play Toronto in Toronto, so I wouldn't really call that a look-ahead spot. Mm-hmm. I think Cavaliers take care of business in this game. That would be my lean in this spot. The question is, do you want to lay this many points? And I kind of do, because I really don't trust this Cavaliers team. I just don't. Or my bad. I don't trust this Timberwolves team. And the line's been moving towards the Cavaliers. Sharp money on them. I kind of want to, and I'm starting to see some 10s out there. I'm going to lay the 9.5 to start the card here. Cavaliers for me.
I'm not going to touch a side in this one, although every single time I get to watch the Minnesota Timberwolves lose is a good day. And watching them kind of just slip down the standings, because they're currently they're currently in that 6th seed. So right now if the playoffs started, they would go up against the Denver Nuggets.
Ooh, a rematch.
A revenge spot. Let's go. Anyways,
I would take Denver that one.
There's a Minnesota team that is not a team that I'm going to go backing. One thing I did notice between these two teams, though, the Minnesota Timberwolves have gone over in 3 out of their last 4. They went under against Portland, but Portland's been more of an under team as of late. Cleveland has gone over in 4 out of their last 6. And the thing is, I could easily see Cleveland putting up 120, 125 points in this game. And all you need is 105 from Minnesota, and you're good to go. I like the over in this one. I'm going to go ahead and what can I get on this one? I can get 228.5. I'm going to go ahead and take the over between Minnesota and Cleveland today. Over 228.5.
Yeah, I think that would be kind of where I would lean for the total wise, except for I would take it a little bit a different direction, and I would take the team total over for the Cleveland Cavaliers rather than just the over itself, because I can see a game where Cleveland comes out, wins 122-94, and then you're like kind of stuck because Cleveland took care of their business, but Minnesota didn't.
Yeah, but I can't put team totals up on the site, so I'm taking the over.
I know. I'm aware of that. I was just saying if I was actually betting it, not putting players up on the site, that would be the way I would approach it.
Morning. Shout out to Eagles winning. Now run it back next year. Who, the Eagles? No, thank you.
I think I already know who I'm going to bet to win the Super Bowl next year.
Please don't say it.
Kansas City.
Love the college basketball card. All these teams are a lot of fun. Like I love looking at the Horizon League. So yes, I have. Although we have 3 favorites today, so yeah. Cavs should cover by 10. Yeah, they should. They should cover. Hopefully, they score 130 points tonight. Let's keep rolling.
Yeah, we have the Washington Wizards and the San Antonio Spurs. We have the Spurs 11.5-point favorites with a total of 236.5. Line opened up 11. It's now 11.5. Line opened up 236.5. It's now 237. So we do have a move towards the over, and we have a move towards the Spurs in this one. Here, take a look at the cash flow in this game where we do have, 89% of the tickets and 53% of the cash is on the Washington Wizards in this game. And the line's moving towards the Spurs with 11% of the tickets and 47% of the cash. That kind of caught me by surprise a little bit there. And then 88% of the tickets, 85% of the cash is on the over here as well, which does not surprise me too much there. This is Spurs or nothing. And I get it. Washington's been better as of late. But this is still the Washington Wizards. And at the end of the day, we got to kind of figure it out because I don't see Washington going on one of those runs that Portland has gone on. And their covering streak came to an end last game. They covered 4 in a row previous to that 125-111 loss against the Atlanta Hawks. And I feel like we have to treat this similar to it was the Montreal Canadiens, I think, where they won like 10 out of 13 games or whatever. They went on a nice hot run, but they're not a good team. They're a team that should be far away from a playoff spot. And then they started to fall off. Same thing with the Pelicans. I think we could treat that like the Pelicans as well. When they went on their 4-game winning streak, and then we're going to see them fall off. I think this could be a good spot. The question is, do you want to lay 11.5 points on the road with the San Antonio Spurs?
Never.
I think that's the ultimate thing keeping me off this spot because I think the Spurs come out here and they take care of business. Now, the question is, do we think that maybe instead of taking the Spurs laying 1 million points on the road, what if we just take maybe a Spurs team total over? Like that would be probably a better way to approach it rather than laying this many points. It's just a lean for me at the moment. I can't pull the trigger on it, but I would only look towards the Spurs.
Zero interest in this game. This is I'm not laying it with Washington. That's not happening. And then this is a Spurs team that they're expecting you to lay 11.5 points on after they've lost 4 out of their last 5. This is the second to last road game of their road trip. They finish in Boston. No, I'm not touching this game. I don't see a reason to. Good luck to whoever does bet this one. 1-800-GAMBLER for me. This San Antonio team that has dropped back down. They're 3-7 their last 10. They're now 3 games back for a play-in spot. I just can't back them here. Especially, I never lay this many points to begin with. So I'm never laying 11.5 points ever on a road team.
Yeah, but I'm pretty damn tempted to.
If you do, go ahead. That's I'm in the NBA. I can never lay that many points on the road. I have a hard time laying that many points in general.
I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. Fanatics give me -11, -110. I know I'm taking 2 favorites to start the card, but I think that grades out the best.
I will say, if I'm going after anything in this game, Washington's +450 on the money line. But I'm not touching this game. Jesus. So the way I see it, I'm going to say, and you know it's 11.5 point spread. The spread will not matter in this game. The spread will not matter. Either San Antonio is going to win this one by 20+, or Washington's going to win outright, and there's not an in-between, in my opinion.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
Wemby blocks. Go right ahead. Did we
Yeah.
not just see them lose outright to the Hornets, if I'm not mistaken? Spurs?
Yeah,
They
they're
lost
coming
to
in
the
off of
Hornets. That was the night that I took the 4 dogs. On the 7th I took all 4 the 4 big dogs spread in money line. Charlotte was the only one to win outright, but that was a fun day because all 4 of them covered. Actually, every single dog won that day, or covered that day. And the only ones that didn't win were Jazz that lost in overtime, and then the 2 monster dogs. Good morning. Very boring Sunday. I agree.
Yep.
And only got the kickoff and the coin toss right. That's crazy. Let's keep on rolling through the NBA card, Nick.
Yeah. We have the Orlando Magic. Minus 5-point favorites, total of 222 in this game. Take a look at the line history in this one. Line opened up at a 5. It's now 5.5. So we do have a move towards the Magic in this game. Line opened up 222. It's still at 222. Let's take a look at the cash flow in this one. Wow. This one, I'm not trying to bet every favorite on the card. I'm promising. This might be a favorite I have to bet. Because you tell me that there is a half-point live movement towards the favorite with 90% of the tickets, 91% of cash on the dog.
Mm.
I'm sorry. That's a must bet for me. And I hate that I'm betting every favorite so far. But there's no reason why this line should be moving towards Orlando with all this money coming in on Atlanta. And I get it. Orlando's a tough team to trust right now. And they've been shambled with injuries and things along those lines, which makes me think that this line is this wide for a reason. These 2 teams, we have Orlando, they are coming off of a win, but they didn't cover as 3-point favorites against San Antonio. And they have lost 7 of their last 10 games. Atlanta struggled as well. They've covered 5 in a row, though, and 7 of their last 8. So they're getting a lot of love probably from the betting public. No duh. 90% of tickets, 91% of the cash, and the line moving against them, though. I don't want to bet every favorite on the card. I promise you I won't, but I'm on the first 3 favorites on the card. I'm on Orlando minus 5.5 here, minus 110. When the markets are this bullish on a dog, or the public is this bullish on a dog, they're usually a dog with fleas, and they get blown the fuck out. So there you go. I'm going to be on the Orlando Magic here, minus the 5.5.
Good luck, Nick. I'm going to not be doing that. For me, and I know you just mentioned whatever with the Atlanta's been good to me lately. This has been an Atlanta team that you just mentioned. They're covering spreads lately, and it's been nice to see because I've been cashing in on them. So I would look towards Atlanta as a dog in this one. But is this once again a game that I need to get involved with? No, I don't feel like I do. So I'm going to stay away from this game too. There are a couple of interesting games today, and I do have a favorite game on the card, and I believe, it's going to be the last game we talk about, and I'm probably going to end up maybe double dipping on that one. But nothing in this game, Nick.
Fair.
Magic minus the points. The only NBA play today. Cash cow Magic. Clemson and Houston spreads. I'm going to say this one's not a spreadsheet play, I don't think. I don't think it's a slight lean towards the opposite side, actually. I want to back Clemson. I want to back UNC today, Nick. You got Clemson coming off of a massive win versus the number 2 team in the nation. I think this is your classic letdown spot for them. Even if they don't win, what can you can get 5.5 points on UNC. 6.5 points on UNC.
Situationally, it's a good spot. If you want, I can quickly look up what the betting splits say about them.
Yeah, quickly look up that Clemson UNC game. And then
Okay, yeah,
Houston and Baylor, it's a strong lean towards Houston. It was a 2.7 value towards Houston, just not enough for us to bet it.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to take me a second to get up all the numbers.
Okay. Yeah, then let me go through the chat. Man, I really like the Hawks on the money line today. It would be Hawks or nothing. Banchero, double, and Franz. Is it Franz double too, or is that what you're saying? Both teams are equally bad so dog for me. I kind of could look that way too, for sure.
Okay. That line opened up Clemson -6. It got down to a 5.5, down to a 5. It's back up to a 6. So no line movement on the side. We're not really looking at the total. And then for the cash flow in this game, we have 56% of the tickets are on Clemson. It's a 50-50 split on the cash, though. So it's about a 50-50 game, and I think that 6 number is really sharp. That's just my 2 cents on the game. I would stay away from it, personally. I think it would be
good.
I think it would be a little bit more telling if this was Clemson -2 or 2.5. Like, that would be an easy UNC play.
I don't know. Everybody just saw Clemson
I think 6.
Duke, so
I think 6 is correct.
Part of me wants to take the outright money line for UNC. I'm going to take the shot plus 215 on the money line.
That's fair. I mean,
I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead. It'll be a free play up there. UNC money line. Bad spot for Clemson.
Good luck. Yeah, I'm not interested in that though. So.
Yep, UNC plus 215. Both of them. Okay. East Texas A&M spread might be an ugly college basketball play for me. East Texas A&M. Where are they on here? That's Corpus Christi. What am I missing here? East Texas A&M versus McNeese State. I will say we are on McNeese State. Kind of feel like Clemson wins and covers. Definitely a rivalry game, maybe over in Clemson. I don't really see it as much as a rivalry game as a lot of people do. But UNC plus 215. And a pass on the Magic game. Let's jump to this one, Nick.
Yeah, we have the Brooklyn Nets and the Charlotte Hornets. We have this line opened up at a 3.5. It's now a 4. So we do have a move. We're seeing markets loving all these favorites right now. I think we've seen line movement towards basically every favorite so far, which is interesting to see. And then we have this line open up to 14.5. It's down to a 12.5. So we do have a move towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game. Let me get back to all markets, not just spread, where we have 83% of tickets, 84% of cash is on the Nets, and the line's moving towards the Nets. So that the line move makes sense there. And then 76% of tickets, 63% of cash is on the over here as well. 2 teams that I really want nothing to do with at the moment. Brooklyn they were a fun team in the beginning of the year, and that still reflects in their record that they are in their ATS record. Both these teams have been the same type of team, though. You want them as a dog, you don't want them as a favorite. Because Brooklyn's 18-34, but they're 27-24-1 ATS. Charlotte 13-37, but they're 27-21-2 ATS. I guess this would be Hornets or no bet for me. The way I would look at this game would be Hornets or no bet, and I'm going to stay off the spot.
Hornets have been fun. I will say Hornets have been good as of late, covering, not actually winning games. I will say these 2 teams played on January 29th, so about 2 weeks ago, and the Nets won by 21. So that could possibly be a nice little revenge spot for Charlotte here. Is it something I need to go after? No. Brooklyn was one of those teams on the 7th that was one of the dogs that won. They beat the Miami Heat outright. By 16 points. So they're coming off of a nice win. It's Hornets or nothing, Nick, in this game. For sure. Hornets or nothing for me.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. It's Hornets or pass, and I passed.
1-800-GAME. Yes. Clemson hates Duke more than UNC. I could see Clemson hating Duke more than UNC. But it's awfully close. Nick, I know you like this game.
Yep, I'll be on this game. The market, I mean, the line move makes sense. I was looking at how the market's moved on this game. It makes sense. Let's get into it. We have the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat. We have the Celtics are 6-point favorites. I'm starting to see some 6.5s out there. And then this line around 219, 218.5. Line open up at around a 6. It's now a 6.5. So we have a half-point line movement towards Boston. It did hit a 5.5 for a moment before it got back up to the 6 and 6.5. Line open up 220. It's down to a 218.5. So we do have a move towards the under here as well. We have 92% tickets and 88% of the cash on the over, and the line's moving towards the under. So I guess that makes sense a little bit. Or that would probably have me leaning towards the under a little bit. And then on the flip side, we have 74% tickets, 89% of the cash is on the Boston Celtics. And if you guys have been following the show the last few Celtics games that we've covered, I've had a betting angle that I've been betting for actually I believe a decent amount lately with the Boston Celtics. And I feel like the Boston Celtics have become one of the best types of teams in all of sports betting. Predictable. After a win, you fade them. After a loss, you back them. What did they do last game or 2 games ago? They lost their game against Dallas. What did we do the next game? We backed them against New York. What did they do against New York? Kick the crap out of them. They're 13-3 after a win, but they're 7-28-1 after a loss this year. Need I say any more? I'm on the Miami Heat in this spot. I'm going to shop around for the best available number, which I'm getting a 7 over on DraftKings. 7.5 minus 116 over on FanDuel. Sign me up for that. Miami plus 7.5 minus 116 FanDuel.
I admire your dedication to the fade and back the Celtics thing this year. I'm not doing it this year. I'm not this year, but I'm not doing that trend with you. For me, I looked at this one. You do have Boston coming off of a massive 25-point or 27-point win against the Knicks.
Yep.
I was on the Celtics in that game. Happy.
Me too.
Just because I bet them last game doesn't mean I'm going to bet them this game. Miami is coming off of a blowout loss to Brooklyn. Also, keep in mind, this could be, I don't really know if you could say look ahead spot because they got Oklahoma City up next, heading to Oklahoma City, and then they get Dallas. So this Miami still has, including tonight, 3 games until their All-Star break. I will say I'm not going to personally go after this game. I don't feel a reason to go after this game. So I'm going to stay off. Right now, I just have the over in the Cavs game, but I will say I'll have something to make up for that later on in the card.
I have a feeling I know where you're going as well.
I mean, it's already up on the site, so yeah.
Oh, I haven't looked on the site yet.
Hoping the Earle Bros can help me decide if Miami Heat money line is the way tonight. Nick?
Yes. At least take the points. At least take the points with them.
There you go. It's a Heat game, under or pass. New England Patriots, #1 dynasty ever and forever. God, I hate them. No other sports but trash football sucks. Hey. On Friday, Untouchable. We get college baseball, so we got to roll. We got to roll on Friday.
Yep.
I don't know. I like the Celtics, to be honest. I don't know. That one's a game I kind of just wanted to stay off of.
Kind of like this one here where we have the Oklahoma City Thunder as, 16-point favorites in this game. Total of 234.5. They've been just beating the shit out of teams, so I guess this makes sense. This line opened up at a 14.5, gone up to a 15.5. Now it's a 16. And this line opened up 239. It's down to a 236. So we do have a move towards the under here as well. Taking a look at the cash flow in this game here, we do have 25% of tickets and 49% of cash is on the Thunder. So the line move towards the Thunder makes sense. And I kind of do lean, if I'm playing, I'm laying, because this is a ridiculous number. However, the Oklahoma City Thunder have been ragdolling teams. Like, this has been, they are by far the best team in basketball. And I don't know, I want to say, I don't know if it's close, because I don't think it is close, that they are the best team in basketball. Oklahoma City. Half game better? No, like just skill wise. I get it probably in the standings.
No,
yeah,
I think Cleveland's right up there with them, but I think that's I think that a best of 7 between Oklahoma City and Cleveland goes 6 or 7 games.
OKC in 5 or 6. Yeah.
No.
No.
I think that would be a very competitive series.
Fair. OKC has won their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row, and they've won them all by double digits. So this double-digit spread does make a lot of sense.
Yep.
And I would only look towards laying the points with them because this team is just relentless. The only game they haven't covered in their last 5, they were 18.5-point favorites.
I was on the Raptors that game, so
yeah. So ultimately, this is, I mean, it's a stay off spot because do I want to lay this many points? No. But do I want the Pelicans in any way, shape, or form in this game? The answer is also no.
100% pass in this game. I want to take the over, but I don't know whether or not the Pelicans are going to help me enough. Because the Pelicans have been an over team, but are they going to be able to score against this OKC defense? And I don't think I can. And I know, just bet the team total. I can't put it on the site, so I don't really try to bet a lot of stuff that I can't put on the site. For me, I can't go after anything in this game. I really can't.
Fair, yeah. Tricky.
SGA over Pra. Nikola Jokic triple-double today. Yeah, I could see Nikola Jokic. I could see Nikola Jokic triple-double. I was about to say, well, they could have a blowout. It doesn't matter. He's had, 7 or 8 triple-doubles this year without playing the fourth quarter? Yeah. That was an Eagles home game. The crowd was verbally against the evil Chiefs Dynasty. Yep, they were. Do you guys have a future on OKC Finals?
No. I don't feel like you can bet it anymore.
No, I don't think I did.
I have no futures in the NBA. None whatsoever. None.
I have to go back to my book to see what I had. Under for me. There you go. Nick, these are 2 teams that I just love to fade it, and I can't fade both of them. So,
yeah, 2 teams you'd rather bet against than bet on right now. Golden State Warriors and the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm assuming players are out because Golden State's a 6.5-point road favorite. So
yeah, I think Giannis is out for a little bit.
Okay. Line opened up at a 5.5. It's now a 6.5. So we do have a move towards Golden State. And then we have this total opening up at a 231. It's now a 232. So we do have a move towards the over in this game as well.
I will give you Giannis out for at least a week and a half.
Ooh, boy.
And Curry is questionable for the game. So that's a big piece, although we'll see. Yeah. But Giannis is actually legitimately out.
Yep. And we do have sharp money coming in on the Warriors here in this game. We have 43% tickets, 62% of the cash on them, the line moving towards them. So that is something there. 95% tickets, 95% of cash on the over here as well. For me, this is Warriors or no bet. Just the way the market's moving, the way the money is coming in and everything. This sets up to only betting the Golden State Warriors. Is this the first game without Giannis, or they've been without Giannis?
I think they played yesterday without him.
So that tells me that you can freely fade the Milwaukee Bucks right now and be fine with that, without having to worry about the player out angle because he's been out.
Giannis was not in last game in their 135-127 win versus the Philadelphia 76ers.
So this feels like Golden State for me. If I'm betting this game, the question is, do you want to lay this type of points on the road with them? I think the answer is simply no. So it would just end up as a lean for me, but it would be Golden State or no bet.
The thing is, I still think I would actually look towards Milwaukee in this game. I think Milwaukee might be a little bit undervalued now without having Giannis in the lineup. Everybody's going to overreact to that constantly. They still have Damian Lillard, who went off for like 43 points or something against the 76ers. So they still have a star in their lineup. And it might be more looking towards Milwaukee and taking a shot at them like outright in this game. Now, I'm not going to. This is a second leg of a back-to-back after a very nice win for them yesterday against the 76ers, although the 76ers are not a good team. Beautiful. But I can't go after anything in this game, and I'm never betting on the Warriors as a road favorite. So, no interest in this game. This one's my definition of 1-800 gambler.
Yeah, no, I fully understand that.
Bucks, SPs, someone get me off them. Spread, get me off them. How about the fact that I'm just not going to bet in general? We backed the Bucks last game with the superstar out, probably past today. I was mad at myself because I looked at the card earlier on in the day. I'm like, Milwaukee looks interesting, and then never bet it. So maybe Dame over points. Reeves under Pra, the historical white man can jump performances and can't jump. Wow. Reeves under Pra after that historic white man can jump performance in last game. Okay. I completely botched that one as I normally do. I could see his under, and I will hope for his under, but that's not here nor there. We'll jump into this one, Nick.
Yeah, the Dallas Mavericks and the Sacramento Kings. What has turned into not a fun matchup. We have the Mavericks 1-point favorites, total of 237.5. Line opened up at a 1, still a 1. Line opened up 235.5. It's now 237.5. So we'll move towards the over and no move on the side. 69% of tickets, 62% of the cash on the Dallas Mavericks, 74% of tickets, and 69% of cash on the over. For me, this is, I guess, Sacramento or no bet. Do you really want the Kings, though, on the road? They are coming off of a win. Whoop-de-doo. You beat the Pelicans and didn't even cover. So I'm not really impressed of what I've seen from the Sacramento Kings to be wanting to take them here on the road. It's just a lean, though. Dallas, they've now won back-to-back games against Houston and Boston, which is really interesting to see that Dallas is winning against good teams right now. And I think they're adjusting to life without Luka. But, I mean, Anthony Davis is now out.
I was going to mention.
Shocker. I'm so surprised. Yeah, I have no interest in this game whatsoever.
I was about to say, I'm looking for I've already seen the memes on Twitter of AD's stint with the Mavericks, and it's Aaron Rodgers with the American flag. Yeah, he's already going to be sidelined, expected to be sidelined for up to a month.
Wow.
Yeah, good work, and we'll talk about the other part of that trade in a couple games. But for me, Nick, it's Mavericks or nothing. I'm not going to make the argument of first game without AD because they've had him for one game, but I still feel like this Dallas team, even though they lost Luka, Kyrie's been showing up. Now, granted, I'm not touching this game. It's actually going to be a very, very light card for me because I'm going to have a play in the first game we talked about and then the last game we talked about. So it's going to be kind of like a boring card for me, but I'm excited for the last game. It is a lean towards the Mavericks or nothing for me in this game, Nick.
Fair.
Yes, brother. I bet NHL future Capitals Eastern Conference winner plus 700.
I cannot wait to fade them in the playoffs. I think the Capitals, the way I'm starting to look at them now is they play a great style of hockey for the regular season. But once they get into the postseason and a best of 7 series against a team, if they get the Rangers in the first round or they get someone like that in the first round, beware. Also, keep in mind, they're probably going to win the President's Trophy. And we know what happens to teams when they win the President's Trophy. It usually doesn't end well for them.
I mean, right now, it would be the Jets to win the President's Trophy.
Yeah, I think the Jets fall off a little bit in the second half of the year. And it feels like the same old with the Winnipeg Jets is they have a good regular season. They're towards the top of their division. They make the playoffs, and Connor Hellebuck is burnt out by the time they make the playoffs, and they lose in the first round.
And I will say, in the first round, at the moment, it would be Washington getting Detroit.
You would get a really nice number on Detroit in that series.
And it would be Florida and Ottawa. Toronto and Tampa Bay. Have we seen that matchup before? And then Carolina and New Jersey.
Ooh, that's New Jersey.
Seems like an over. Capitals have no regular season value-wise anymore. Jets for President's Trophy. I'd fade first round if that happens. Right now, the Jets would get the President's Trophy and would face the Vancouver Canucks in the first round.
Oh, boy. And actually, and for the Canucks, I actually like that that they would get a series where they would get at least 3 games on the road.
Yeah. The rest of the Western Conference, Nick, would be Edmonton versus Colorado, Dallas versus Minnehaha, and Vegas versus Knights. Vegas versus Kings.
I think the Golden Knights probably win that one. I'd probably take the Dallas Stars because Minnesota in the first round. We all know that. And what was the other matchup?
Edmonton and Colorado.
Ooh! Edmonton and 7. But if you get a big enough price tag on the Colorado Avalanche, I'd take a shot with them.
What do you guys think of Finland face-off winner in the Four Nations? Now, give me Sweden.
I would look towards the Dogs. I have a feeling we're probably on a collision course for United States Canada in the finals, but I kind of want to split a unit between Finland and Sweden and just sit back and hope one of them pulls it off. That would be my leans. I want some overs when it comes to the Four Nations because I'm seeing 5.5s and 6s. How bought in are we going to be on defense? If this is going to be more of if we're going to have more of a playoff or an all-star game feel than it would playoff feel, my guess. But I want to see how the games play out first. But yeah, Canada overs, I think. And I would take some shots on some Dogs. I think Finland and Sweden can surprise some people.
Wow. I need to know who are the goalies for the Four Nations. We'll have a whole Four Nations conversation within the next couple of days. I got Canes 15-1 to win the Cup.
I've lost all belief in the Canes because I remember a few years in a row having futures on them for them to come up short in the playoffs.
You got a good line on it.
You got a great line on it, but that's another team where I mean we say the same thing with Toronto and with Minnesota with the first round. For me, it's the Eastern Conference Finals with the Carolina Hurricanes. They haven't won one since they won the Cup in 2006, a game, and they're 0-12.
I'm betting Team USA Four Nations Championship. Sweden beats Canada. Glorified exhibition games, pretty much.
Yep.
Okay, thank you for the info. I'm real. The Canes need a goalie.
I think Pyotr Kochetkov could be fine, but I don't think he's a goalie that wins you a Stanley Cup.
Panthers are the most battle-tested team.
Yes, they are.
2 more NBA games, Nick.
Yeah, the Denver Nuggets, they're 9.5-point favorites against the Portland Trailblazers, total of 233. Did we see the bubble burst last game with Portland? Potentially. With their loss there. It's an interesting question. This line opened up in an 8.5. It's now a 9.5 for Denver. Line opened up 233.5. It's down to a 230.5. So we've had a big move towards these under here as well. We have 50% of the tickets, 78% of the cash coming in on the Denver Nuggets. The line is moving towards them. And then we have 92% tickets, 74% of cash coming in on the over, the line dropping in this one here. This is Denver or nothing for me. It would be the way I would approach this game. Denver is starting to play some much better basketball as of late. Winners of 6 in a row. They've covered in 4 in a row. They're coming in off of a nice 17-point win against the Phoenix Suns. And they get another home game before the All-Star break against this very Portland Trailblazers team. So I have a feeling this is a game where you can sit back and maybe stay off. And if Portland wins tonight, I'll bet Denver in the next game to get to come back and win by margin against Portland. Portland's not a team I want to go out and fade right now, as they've been one of the hottest teams in basketball. But on the flip side, I don't want them in this game. I don't think it's a good spot for them in this game. So no action for me here in this game, but it would be Denver no bet. But I think this is a good wait and see type of spot, and potentially get a situation where you get a bounce back potential opportunity for the Nuggets in the next game against this very Blazers team.
I'm not going to say that I'm not going to buy in on, who do you call it? Portland winning this game outright. This is a Nuggets team. You see how they're playing now? Yeah, this is how you're going to expect to see them the rest of the year. This is the Denver Nuggets team I'm going to expect the rest of the year. 6 in a row, four out of the 6 of them by double digits. The last 4 by at least double digits. They get this game and they get another game against Portland, both at home, and then they get to go into the All-Star break. I expect Denver to win both of those games. Covering, I don't know. That's why I'm not going to go and take them here at the 9.5 point spread. But I'm not going to touch Portland. I think Portland's going to end up dying off. They lose by 16 in their last game. I could easily see them losing the next 2 games by double digits each. But is it a game I need to go after? Nah.
Fair.
Brook Lopez. Wait. Supness. There you go. If you want big plus money in 4 nations, you could bet tournament MVP, leading goal scorer, and points. I wouldn't be surprised if someone like Larkin or Jack Hughes led the tournament in goals.
Yeah. Because you also got to keep in mind, you want to be like, oh, yeah, McDavid or McKinnon, or they're all on the same team now. Like, all the top guys are on the same team for Canada there. So it's not like we're going to have that one big standout. I think that's a good way to approach it, is find somebody on Sweden or find someone on Finland, whichever team you like better, Sweden or Finland, and find someone who you think can lead that team in goals. Most of their offense can come from that player. Canada, United States, that lineup is too deep, and I don't know where to expect the offense from. Obviously, you can expect it from McKinnon, from McDavid, from Crosby, from all these different players, but they're all on the same team now, and they can only spread around so many goals. So that would be my approach with that. It would be finding someone on Sweden or Finland that can lead their team in goals.
There you go. The Matthew McConaughey Uber commercial was kind of weird. William Nylander is going to lead Sweden in goals.
I could see that. Yes.
And Dahlin's going to lead them in assists. All right, Nick. Game of the night.
I know you've been waiting for this one.
Yes.
Utah Jazz and the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers are 13-point favorites in this game with a total of 235 in this spot. Let's take a look at the line history in this game, where we have this one opening up at 13.5. It's down to a 13. So we do have a move towards Utah in this game. Line opening up at a 234. It's now a 235, so a move towards the over here as well. 90% of the tickets, 89% of the cash is on the over. The line moving towards said over. So all that makes sense. We have 59% of the tickets are on the Jazz. 48% of the cash is on the Jazz. So it looks like sharper money coming on the Lakers, but to no respect. The line's moved a half point towards the Utah Jazz. And we all know, and I'm going to use the angle you're going to bring up, but I'm going to be on the Utah Jazz in this game. I'm going to take all the points in this one with them. So I'll let you break down because I know this is your favorite game of the day. But I'm getting I'm getting plus 13 over on Fanatics, or not Fanatics, over on FanDuel minus 110.
Who's making his debut today? Anybody know? Anybody know who's making his debut for the Los Angeles Lakers tonight? How about Luka? Luka Doncic is making his first appearance with the LA Lakers today. Big game, and the line's gone from what, Nick?
13.5 to 13.
I'm seeing some 12.5s.
I'm starting to see some 12.5 as well.
Nick, there's no way the Lakers lose with it being Luka's first game, right?
Not a chance.
Not a chance. Jazz outright. I took the Jazz. I said I was going to double dip on it. Plus 13 points. Plus 540 on the money line. Utah Jazz are going to go into LA and ruin Luka's debut. I'm calling it now. By the way, these two teams, they'll end up meeting again on the 12th in Utah.
Which that's where you take the Lakers.
That's where you take the Lakers. But tonight, I am taking the Utah Jazz to win outright versus the Lakers. This will be 3 games in 4 days, but I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jazz tonight.
Jazz. Yep. So yeah, so I open up the card with dogs. Or favorites. I finished with dogs.
What's up?
So I was looking at my card. I opened up the card with favorites and end it with dogs.
Good. The only Jazz thing I bet is Kiesler over his pro. There you go. Jazz suffered a heartbreaking loss in overtime to the Suns. That one hurt because I thought I had a shot with the Jazz to win that game outright. That would have been a nice like 280 cash on that night, but yeah, kind of said you have to wait a month in between NBA players to play consistently. I just don't think it's going to go that crazy right now. I think the Lakers are going to struggle. No way they lose to the Clippers. Yeah, maybe after maybe Jazz spread again. So you don't believe in Luka Magic? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I don't believe in Luka Magic, but when it's his first game with a team, I will fade him. Michigan wins March Madness. I already told you who I think is going to win March Madness.
Arizona.
I think Arizona wins March Madness.
I lean Auburn. I know that's probably the obvious one. They were the number 1 team in the nation, but on my power rankings, and ready here. I think I found a buy low spot on a team.
Who?
Duke. After a loss,
no,
I think Duke can win the Natty.
No. Is UConn going to be in the Final Four? No, I don't think they will.
I think they've fallen off a little bit. Actually, you ready? Maybe they're the 3-peat that nobody was talking about.
No, I don't see it.
They just have to make the tournament, and I think they're alive. So yeah, at that large of a number, I think we're seeing like 30-1 on them now, instead of what we saw preseason. Now would be the time to grab some UConn.
Mm-hmm.
If you want UConn, now's the time to grab.
Although I like other teams in that conference a lot better.
St. John's in that conference is insane.
St. John's looks great.
You see the press conference that
looks great. Had? I think Marquette has a decent shot. I think Creighton has a decent shot. Like that, and then so that conference is just stacked to begin with. So
yeah. And did you see the press conference that Patino had?
Yes.
Yeah. They were like, if we told you this late into the season that you'd be 12-1 in Big East play, what would you say? How the fuck did we lose the one game?
It was a 1-point loss to Creighton.
I know, but I love that response.
Oh, I love that response.
How did we lose that one game?
Yeah. But that's all the games for today. I did see an interesting stat last night, Nick. And now I'm seeing a little bit more on it, so I can kind of validate it. when Devontae Smith scored the touchdown last night, he was the first ever player drafted by Alabama to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl. What?
Yep.
See, if you want to win a Super Bowl, don't go to Alabama.
Think about it. Alabama's more well known for their defensive players, not their offensive players. But still, you could have thought maybe one of their defensive players could have gotten a defensive touchdown.
No.
Mm-mm.
And I see Robert saying that can't be true. There you go.
I thought the
even
same.
Posted it.
I thought the same thing.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, there's no way. But yeah, there it is. How about Lakers first half, Jazz second half, perhaps? Maybe. So you want to live bet the Jazz then? Not even a running back? Nope. But that is going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Nick, your hockey card will be posted up later. Oh.
Yep.
No, I'm joking. I know I'm
get a break from that.
Yeah, and I'll be able to get a break from the NBA. I think the 12th is the last day. Maybe the 13th. What is the 13th? 13th has 5 games, and then Friday, no Saturday, no Sunday. Oh, Sunday is the All-Star game. No Monday, no Tuesday. Wednesday is 1 game, so I'm gonna say no Wednesday. And then Thursday's back to being the full card again. So I'm excited to have a couple of days off with that too. I will say, what does tomorrow's card look like? Tomorrow's card is 4 games. So Nick, tomorrow will be our quick NBA card and college baseball conference champions.
Okay.
So I want to be able to do that tomorrow. So there you go. That's kind of my thought process on that one. I think it could be fun, and we'll just build a graph tonight, Nick, or tomorrow on all the teams we think are going to win the conference championship. Right. We don't have to dig deep into all of them. Just I want to do that. But that's going to do it. Hertz doesn't count. No, Hertz is Oklahoma. I don't know how I feel about MLB this season. I'm excited for MLB this season.
I'm pumped for it. I'm ready.
But that's going to do it for this edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. We'll be back again tomorrow with another one. Thank you guys. Good luck.